Beware, it's not just a warning, but it sounds like a command from God. Beware is to be on one's guard, is to really be wary and be careful. Somehow it's to perceive of what is expected that is coming your way. Beware is how God gives us the warning and prepares us before we receive our promises, before we get the answer to our prayers, before we win the battles, before we arrive from a journey. Well, what does that sound like for us today? God says, beware before you cash a check. Beware before you count your blessings. Beware before you get a promotion, before you're successful. Beware. Be in alert. Well, you may ask why. I've come to the conclusion that God prepares before God gives. Just the way he says, the word says he does not pour the new wine in the old vessel, because what is given must serve the purpose of the giver. So beware, it's that command where God says, I need to trust you with this, that it will not go to waste, it will not be misused, it will not destroy you, it will not harm you, something that was given to bless you. There are many commands like this, many warnings like this in the Bible. I've chosen to bring you from the book of Deuteronomy, which is Moses' address to the Hebrews, reminding them, kind of doing a review of everything that has taken place from when they left Egypt. Let me read a few verses for you. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 1, and then 11 through 14. Every commandment which I command you today, you must be careful to observe, that you may live and multiply and go and possess the land of which the Lord swore to your fathers. Here it comes. Beware that you do not forget the Lord your God, by not keeping his commandments, his judgment, and his statutes, which I command you today, lest when you have eaten and you're full, when you have built beautiful houses and dwell in them, and when your herds and your flocks have multiplied, and your silver and gold are multiplied, and all that you have is multiplied, and when your heart is lifted up, you do not forget the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, from that house of bondage. Beware when you receive your blessings. Beware when you are satisfied. Beware when you feel that you've made it, you've accomplished, you've arrived. It's interesting how he's not saying to beware when you're hungry, when you're in need, when you're going through the wilderness, the hunger in the desert. No, he says, listen, beware when you have eaten and you're full. He doesn't say to be in alert when you don't have anywhere to stay, but you go from tent to tent through the wilderness. No, he says, beware when you build these beautiful houses and you dwell in them. He doesn't say to be alert when you need someone else to provide for you, just your basic needs. No, he says, beware when your daily needs are satisfied, when your herds and your flocks are multiplied. He doesn't say to beware when your future is unknown, when you don't know what is going to take place tomorrow. How am I going to provide? How things are going to develop? No, he says, beware when your silver and gold are multiplied, when you are very certain of your future. Beware. And last, he doesn't say to beware when your heart is broken, when your heart is in need, is in deep pain. No, he says, beware when your heart is lifted up. Why? Because I think that we have the tendency to forget God's blessings faster than we're supposed to. It's faster than the hours, the time we spend in praying and asking God, and as soon as given, we just forget. Beware, because that is a tendency that we forget. Not when it hurts, but when it doesn't hurt no more. And that, friends, comes with a consequence. In the upcoming verses, Deuteronomy again, chapter 8, verses 18-20 says, "And you shall remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the power to get this wealth, that he may establish his covenant which he swore to your fathers, as it is today. Then it shall be, if you by any means forget the Lord your God, and you end up following other gods and serve them and worship them," he says, "I testify against you this day that you should surely perish." What a warning. The warning is to be aware. If not, the warning is of the consequence. To perish means that was temporary. To perish means that whatever you had never had the right roots. It comes and goes. It comes and just disappears. It perishes. It'll vanish. It'll disappear. You'll just get lost within the time frame. So beware, the Lord says today, that as you enjoy your blessings, do not forget the blesser. Do not forget the one who gave you all these blessings. But stay faithful and say, "Lord, whatever you've done for me, whatever you've provided for me today and every day, I'm here to come back and say, Lord, thank you. It is you the giver. So here, I just offer it back to you." Beware of that Christ-centered, grateful lifestyle, and you will enjoy even more blessings. So be aware.